Under my leadership, we're not just fighting corruption with words alone. Every cedi that is stolen from the public purse represents...
You are not paying farmers. And in Parliament here, we are also suffering. No money.
Abushia mamu kwaba ebiem emra jumadi so as usual. Asanso thanasia and sama ekoso e o my Ghana mu. Yade ni nyina ebre I for after set Independence Day no corner we ye. Nice Excellency John Dramani Mahama eri sembebre etu dwa no. Enkomo bebre ene freche e basisi me no kasei. Minority no any NPP amanuko no. Womu su den na erienti ena womu esu quick one. Yebo bor na fe no. Ya information if you baransana no. Yensan ko na yenkonko tiensamu a. Mampani John Dramani Mahama eri tu dana ekoba. Abusuya information upon information. Ena commander eri ni nyina bana fe no. Ye bie nsem na edimu nkomo quick one. Yensan komrani ekoba ensem wachipa.
My fellow citizens, when I took office, you granted me a clear mandate to reset our nation, Ghana. Resetting Ghana goes beyond simply managing our issues. It involves transforming how we govern, how we produce, and how we share the fruits of our prosperity. Over the past year, we've taken decisive steps to stabilize our economy, restore investor confidence, and rebuild fiscal discipline in how we manage our resources. Inflation is declining, the cedi, our local currency, is stabilizing, and confidence in the Ghanaian economy is gradually returning. We've renegotiated our debts to obtain more sustainable terms for our people, and we've redirected valuable national resources towards healthcare, education, agriculture, and employment creation. But resetting Ghana goes beyond just the numbers. It involves resetting our values, our expectations, and the social contract that exists between leaders and citizens. Leadership must be accountable. Corruption is a cancer that erodes the very foundation of our nation. Every cedi that is stolen from the public purse represents a classroom that is robbed of textbooks. It represents a hospital that will go without medicines. It represents a road that will be left uncompleted. And it represents a young graduate that will be denied opportunity. Under my leadership, we're not just fighting corruption with words alone. We're strengthening institutions, protecting anti-corruption agencies from political interference, and ensuring that no individual, regardless of their status or party, is above the law. But government cannot win this battle alone. We must foster a national culture of integrity, where honesty is valued and public service is regarded as a sacred duty. Independence granted us freedom, but freedom demands responsibility. We need to re-establish discipline in our national life, discipline in how we manage public resources, discipline in adhering to the law, discipline in how we treat one another in public life. Patriotism should extend beyond just slogans. True patriotism must be shown through our everyday actions. The citizen who protects public property, the public servant who treats every Ghanaian with respect, and the entrepreneur who opts to invest his resources in Ghana's future. Above all, we must place country above party, above tribe, and above personal interest. Citizens, Ghana is bigger than any one of us. My fellow countrymen and women, I'm pleased to announce that I have assented to the 24-Hour Economy Authority Bill, and it has now become law. This historic reform will boost Ghana's productivity. Businesses will be incentivized to run across multiple shifts. Factories will operate around the clock, and services will become more accessible to our citizens. 1,000 new jobs will be generated across various sectors, ranging from manufacturing and logistics to security and transportation. This initiative will enable us to optimize the use of our national infrastructure and establish Ghana as a competitive industrial hub. And this is how we will create prosperity. As we approach the milestone of Ghana's 70th anniversary next year, let us reaffirm our national vision. A vision of a Ghana where no child will go to bed hungry. And a Ghana where education is accessible and empowering. A Ghana where healthcare is affordable and accessible. A Ghana with world-class infrastructure. A Ghana that produces what it consumes. A Ghana where merit and not connections decides opportunity. A Ghana that is digitally connected from Aflao to Hamile. A Ghana that preserves its forests and environment for future generations. This vision is within reach, but it requires our collective efforts. My fellow Ghanaians, 69 years ago, our nation was born in hope, and together we gather here this morning to renew that hope. The journey has not always been smooth. We have stumbled and often felt disappointed in ourselves. But we have never given up. There's resilience that defines the Ghanaian spirit still lives on. As your president, I pledge to serve with integrity, humility, and unwavering dedication to the welfare of our people. But Ghana's progress cannot rely solely on my leadership. It will depend on every citizen doing their part. Wherever you are, whatever you do your part with excellence. Do it for Ghana, do it for Africa, and do it for the generations yet unborn. Ladies, as I conclude, building prosperity, inspiring hope is not merely today's theme. It is our national mission. Today we celebrate how far we have come, and when we leave here, tomorrow we must commit ourselves to how far we will go. May God bless our homeland Ghana and make our nation great and strong. Long live Ghana and long live African Union.
Okay, Commander.
Yeah, Director.
His Excellency John Dramani Mahama.
Of course.
Answer is how to say. Mampani jina pasona o kasa.
Yeah.
Or the energy and kasa.
Okay.
Obeto horror economy.
Of course.
And so the no kase. Economy no aye ya. Eniema eko yen kakranka.
Yeah.
Eniema be ena mampani aboso. And say of a 24-hour economy.
Of course.
And manchen mabawa. Eba benye jumaye.
Yeah.
Osi nyina yen kamom na yenye juma. Eni nkomo bebreba quick one. Menim baby aberi kan fa free.
Well, Director, in the first place, I mean, now was in a jar where the young Ghana for United because independence, the United Yedi. Director, man, penny common, the person shall say free other sides be not year on the United modern war, a debate developing of mine. Director, the man may shall say what in ye. Man, penny come out the air very simple. Director, yen to me build it on mine with same mentality. 69 years ago, and you see independence, independence, no, and sister, no, any day.
Oh, yeah.
The writer, a lay, I do know what you're doing, and I said, Afeswa, Yesica, young cobble phone, Cotonia Mambra, Yamotria, young Quadribisia, independence, and yes, I know what can be. Say, independence for 69 years a day. There must be a clear difference. Oh, yeah. I was a year bibia, ye dear was near ye bibia, Yanka say, Yawa, Prap.
Also, Mampani Disan Comano.
Mo.
I was a young and near my young Cassia Dino, and I was a yatimi, Etimi
yade.
Oh yeah.
Enti started with your mentality mampani eka ho asem no. Enei ye de ani ato mampani so His Excellency John Dramani Mahama betima asesa Ghana man no. Enti obi ehwe no. It is not possible.
Na me no mienu de ne ye.
Asem ni nyina no. Because mampani de ne say ye nya bibia o de beto krata so. At the end of the road to krata so wi a when na ekwe ho adwuma. The better ehok ene o se Ghana for ya dwen koso. In this case without sanema no de mampani beye bia no. Better nothing.
On say okopiem e wo ba bi to say UK.
Okay.
Men ko order but mate won sem.
Yeah.
UK eye oman bia.
Okay.
I amanfo froso.
Yeah.
Me kan say foreigners. And now ba bie nyuma e wo UK ho.
Of course.
Ama mabru mrante ne maba obi e ko onya adwuma ye.
Yeah.
Enti enye government no. Ene bie nyuma no. Eye individuals. And the same no man panetuma o ye ne se obema economy ni mu ayeye se da be ya oba be bia dwuma ene ma betumi akoyi ama enti man panema economy ni mu ayeye dollar na ba form no e die na me no mie no so ye
right home ena eye mampani nkomo yi because mampani ma investor confidence ya o kan ya ba abawie no investors na ba di na be ma investor no stay right your attitude editi krom ha said ye nya adwuma ye ntene ho nya adwuma e be tere say investors be ko and investors betena we are talking of 24-hour economy and then mampani said nkomo right 24-hour economy no the first thing eye your attitude because obia no hodi ni sika be kwa kwose adwuma na workers no emman results a obeto so aye adwuma eni enim say 24-hour economy no abani ni sika odi bia factories across 16 regions amani nyina aye adwuma enti say ebeye ya agisen yen attitude ni change na investors aye okay so obia wadwuma Ghana for yi omu ye ni adwuma yie omu nya kokwasa omu nya akromfo nti obia adwuma ho a adwuma ni be yie ebasa rata jobs wa ye di nkoma mampani kan ye benya jobs no but sa anya sa the rata ye besa twen another 69 years ye be wako ye manso so be dru ho no omu na net be bia eti rata be the same old story nkoma ni change because the bia ye ka profi the bia ye ka Europeans ye ka Western world but they started from somewhere say anya sa komunuru be bi o maduri
na mampani John Dramani Mahama de me hu ni say sanka ye jai oman na mano be 10 years inka mampani betumi aso oman Ghana
Roger truth be told so hwe ba bia obefa oman no any eniema odi gu akwan mu the kind of things he's putting in place any adwene a ewo ni trima the right in 10 years ka Ghana be change
ba bia mani adi ye yankasa ye niema ye di no e wo so yankasa etimi produce ya de
the right unim dia one say
na common chocolate eniema kitin bu say yetimi ekofa free amanfo fro so ne de ba ha
right population of 34 million ya wa asase a naturally udua bibi ebeye right ye kranwane sabi atosodie nyina ye kra bi dia ba na ya sa kra dia dia fa fidiem na ya kra ntade right what sort of country any wo mu no bibia en hwaye in the right place enei mampani agenda no it is the best way ye sha sem free dia di say yetimi produce dia ye di nyina locally right ye hwia eni amaka no ye be share sa tackle no one after the other because dia wudi kra no nya the odi ya uye na obenya the the year this should come first after that there can nyina beba but the main point me pese from aduane nsem isu no mro ho aye corruption issue the better man penny clearly who say corruption asem no eda so ha no the only problem man penny buy after 1 year or that to believe say problem that so tim ho aye corruption o kasa no o kire mu say corruption ya de ba kwa ha no and he is making sure say everyone see the beer obia di no ye benya sika na akiri kwan ya gisika na dia ba na yenya so mfa so but it tells you say ebesi nema mpani oda na dabi ena on timi na so because in 2024 the whole campaign messenger or selling ni nyina no one of campaign messages na a standard to e corruption
yes sesi am no kasa ekwa no nya by 2024 no mpo Ghana for do na nim say MPP for de ombewi oman no enti nka so omo say Ghana for na edi san komo no omo say nka so assembly kwa no nka MPP for ni bi kra de prison ba sa jo mama che
mo enti mampani nkomo na ye di no ote enti enei reta de all kan ne no onfantu ho foso na ontiase say as it stands corruption in free wa reta Ghana for sabi abambuo no ebekoso akoso Ghana for lose interest any hope in politicians Mampani, but he said from day one, say, or restore hope, no, and we've seen it say, from economic issues, Mampani shall say, restore hope, but the ultimate hope, intimate mano, corruption, Mampani cano. Because of Obai in the first year, I feel that 1 year, 2 months, there's so many benefit of the doubt. After 2 years, 2.5 years, say that's what Jinaha, Mampani, Nyanumpu, and Nissan come with him. Enti ene what time in emit say mampeni na jetum say every single penny 1 cedi obi afabiano yen chase na yen yesika the rata say oyi obi awedi o mansika the rata ene baby e gina ebeye papa say wow this sika baba say genuinely atuho cheme ye Ghana ni sika we fa me nsase wa bra me tia ban mu the rata me disika na babak that is the best way ene keno foreta the rata o decide ye say obedwane from justice no the rata o sense with US he is suffering but because of fie na ya je sika nto se da bi eni obewo US owo hwia ne manifest sika no kodi but there are a lot of nkrofo a sa adwene shomutrim we are pleading with the government any attorney general especially and judges ne say with corrupt cases ya ewo o manim no but enei ahoto ni ho say o mu jai man ko west ya I am telling you say democracy ye the Independence Day Ghana for nyina hye Ghana tade obi ani agye in the next few years ye nhu biem
o so ni tina mampani se nyo no kwa na ekun
of course
me ni umi no so ka ho enti ebia ya hu ni yakwa kode se fucking lie bi koso o ba bia eno ase yensu ye betimi ye mampani asoti
reta enokre but the ntia e was a committee sanko nemum me tackle aban ni mo ne say the reta ansa na me ne we benya ruhyemu say ye report to obi a oye corruption ema aban na ye de be famra kwan so age say ye nie ku bi say ampa de odi sika kane no ye de na famra kwan so because entimi ma say ade chi bi a ministers in this administration no ma be allegations e dey for previous administration nkrofon say o ma disika we ade chi o ma disika we na at the end of the day yam prosecute obia
and they hard me
the enti baby am gina ne say I am not blaming the president me blame mampani no but dem pesa me kan say mampani ni message na o sell no yen as ordinary Ghanaians ya jetum the ye be make sure say ye betu corruption ase nemum aban ni nkrofo especially attorney general ni judicial service no omo a bigger role also omo play say omo intimam play ye be ye from there but ye there na be no enye enough
24-hour economy odi unkomo
of course
as eno na de adwuma ebrem babunu no
yeah
e ba so amene umie na ebenya bia ye kweku ane mo nwura hoy
the rata unim President John Dramani Mahama or the Ghana call a certain level bi na pace na or the year 2 milika kono rata I am surprised me manya need to say in 1 year obedia kwanya no in terms of job creation mampani dia hokeka ebe sha say 24-hour economy no yen twetwa homam yen fan so asomo bofom na yen miye enyuma right as it stands there are more than 5 projects here mampani in terms of job creation abandon hwakwa shema ni nyina ye under the 24-hour economy project enei eba be fa adwumefo the last time ye baba ye Shama Western region Shama de no ye bedi hu komo ha the right de e kan very simple mampani nim say there are more than 4 million Ghanaian youth omuni adwuma ye de owo kakra bi mpo ye no enye papa sika ne ba enso no the right the same youth no omo no mu di kill mo to abadem aban no ebi mo de omo platforms on social media omo TikTok handles eye campaign boa aban no but aban ni ntimi mfa sika ensha wo mo bottom every month de man pani betima ye ne say sa youth no yen create human ma wo mo and as a result of that the best thing a 24-hour economy the right 24-hour economy said the enkoye mie slogan na enkoye so a policy keke and ya to din at the end of the day emfaso bi emfriso man the right man pani o gina ba bia na okamwasem ensure Ghana for say ahani ya start ade no in the next year we will get say utie nkoma mampani di and from 24-hour economy policy bill mampani asan ya ababa ye mrana de e ka kire nyina say uye investor the brother uye adwuma Ghana ha tax do do aye jo no aban say make sure say obeye adwuma 24 hours na ye tax ne so maw the brother sikaro do awde ye adwuma no fa kakra shem Fajumefo ni bika ho running adwuma no 3 different 24 hours ya adwuma 247 owia o tax na utua no ya beti tax no so amount but you income bebre but investor be na won pewi
obi abepe
and some company side we na economy no as stands the aye at the end of the day investors near adwana omunya mfaso a it will invite more investors na omu do omu sika ba behim enti so obi to opposition na o ka kire company say you to nya adwuma rata de e ka kire wu nyina ne say Mampani say be on team sorry one night. Now on create 4 million jobs. But the Mampani bet my yen say one why economy ni ye. He is calling for investors. What the UK example? Oye economy ni ye. Na investor confidence eba. Investors na betu mirikaba. And as it stands in the first place economy na ye. Ye just 60% of job creation. Right at the second phase, and then say first phase of investors neighbor. Now omi investment now for swabaswa. Right at ebe calling other investors to come on board. Into say other investors neighbor. Right at juma baby na open. As it stands, ye bompa ye say 24-hour economy. Ababa yemra. Ye bompa ye say Ghana business owners no. Omudi ombeshim na job creation aba.
Ghana at 60.
Okay.
As omai no Mahama buy no.
Yeah.
I say. Eniema epeke
of course
yen kase bibia ye but eniema epeke kakran but still NPP for ne se wo bugusua eblidi na wo ma di nkomo e wo parliament wo mo se so mo sika sam nye o wo mo nya sika nwia no kura na no quick one ye ti we mra.
My issue is not about the reduction of the price. If it is even 10 cedis, pay them. You are not paying farmers. That's what my beef is. And in Parliament here, we are also suffering. No money anywhere. And you talk about reduction in inflation. Where is it coming from? If you don't pay, who spends? This is the time that the cocoa money should have boosted the economy. No money. So in the villages, the economy is zero. They are not growing. Nobody is spending. So how do you talk about inflation coming down when you don't spend and you can't even pay MPs and give us our entitlement? You are all suffering, but you won't talk. So please be sincere to yourselves and let's say the truth, and the truth shall set us.
Okay, Commander.
Yeah, Director.
Na when ye
Director, we MP or nkoko.
Asem ni. Na onya so say MPP for no.
Okay.
Krono e so munya monti no mu complain san.
Director, no correct.
So akwese on.
Yeah.
Say enipa si krono kwan so.
Okay.
No obo krono na later. Ne krono no nyina kwan ni si no onya krono mmobie mu a. Na no because on to infa ne san nya adwuma nya sika. I guess a chrono. And in this case, no MPP for no be.
Okay.
One more book chrono no by one message I no say.
Yeah.
I also would on say Jumaneska. And I said one more break too much.
The right winning. Mestre Nkoko. Honorable Joseph Frimpong 2028 Omuntuno.
Are they?
The right Onyempi Papa.
Ordinary food call parliament.
Ordinary food call parliament.
Oh yeah.
Because in 2020 now over parliament. The right 2024 Osanko parliament. Ye who say one lobby. Enya infrastructure na say project kese bi e dey akoma nkoko for ye hu jobs wa create won nkoko but also say enei sika ni ubotom enti parliament obi anso nye dede but hu MPC a omalo bia in the first 1 year of President John Dramani Mahama ye dey projects e ko omukrom ye ko infrastructure so ho omukrom complain sika ukosetre ye ma allowance. There are other things I would do here. Oko parliament yamau car. The better yamau baby tia ye tia kamau. After all this, complain say ebia 1 month salary bill say 2 months be a maye who ye wounded. The better how many workers and on my year you gonna have for several months ya or musika maye. What the MP we are no kasada. The better enya dia sebi major issue aba ye discuss e papa we wo mu da. Oko parliament a onya adwuma. Ni dia ni say NPP for no kase ye pie ye workout na odimu bi edi kokko beba parliament na okoji kokko ni bi ekuta at the end of the day ordinary funam oti ye de osu because sikani ni potom the brother ye say ye no mote enne ya ye bompa ye say eniema be ye the brother ye mfa proper measures enwu akwam economy ni nye ye no enya ho no wotie the brother o checking ni bottom di obedi but ni wura fi say Enei Accra Kumasi road na aye death trap aban ni bon ho modern say obeye oya ebefa nkoko ebeka ni constituency
ene aban ma no nya ha
enkokofo su say omo bre because ekwan ne nye uduru nkokọ mo ho kire omo no the writer ono de enye no concern ne major concern ye sika ne beba ni botom ne pe obi anka say sika mani botom the writer MP ye ka no krenkyere no timer keno foriata eyi sika se mfa nkwa national cathedral no se omo hwe nanim ka no krenkyere na se sika no omo de to ho a eneke di tu omo ka the writer I'll keep on saying say sika omedi a amfa ne kwan so ye nkwase sika die no the writer saade echi no omo be complain a ye bebo omo chi because omo no omo supervise ye e ma sa sika ni nyina ko waste and said ye okay no ordinary enanam because sika na onya di in the previous administration e mabiem because NPP time no the writer obetian say so ya the prepaid meters biapa na aye rumor ya say asema sina ni nsashem obentina ni nsashem ade eche NPP fo ni nyina na bedi sika no na omote ho bia complaining enei enkoso biem polugu dam issues ni ensi biem enti ntwobo na mpanifo ne ya no mas spread sika ne dia ma wo no obi ani ba bia all spread sika ma bia so enti obo complaining the writer nya the first time awo MP ni enti at least wa Jessica o sika gunu botom onni sa sika no
enti se October 2028 na ye se NPP wo mu seat ni so asatia abusuyama mu mane nyam nwanwa
of course
because wo mu ko parliament wa hwede papa yi o em ncho what ase
of course
hwenkomo papa yi di
rata no
ye titiri wo man hwe so wo man ni be ye no hwenkomo a odi ordinary nam
he doesn't care about the chrome for the rata on said bia me ka se MPs bi o ha normally de bia yete wo monka enti save no ko parliament na ukrom issues ade echi ade se bia o sore na u raise wonsa na wo ka ho asem na wo complain a the rata se bi okoka bibi mpo a ye ntimi nye dede nwu so because at least ye hu se ukoye no wo di ukrom for interest e na akọ but papa we the rata ye hu ne da eye ni interest pe no de na it said you can 2028 say MPP nkonya ne so tia rata obia nkai say papa we na konya ne be free nsem because in 2020 na onam 44,000 na NDC ni nam 14,000 but in 2024 rata onam 24,000 na NDC ni do 20,000 from 44,000
and you not careful
what about 24,000 20,000 free so NDC ni free 14,000 up at 20,000 rata dey na ka kire dey ka kire so obekofie because attitude we dey yemfa parliament
commander papa dey enema nkoyi enti yemfa na sam nto ba bi
of course
me tie nyina story a me hwehwe no ano edin afa na me nsaka yes enti uwe school ni so a commander ene daso no yentimi uza we say no videos bi ewo mu a ye kasi ye show videos na YouTube for no omo allow ye sa enti e wo se ye de to ase se ya na ye de di ye nkomo enti we from Lebanon
Lebanon
ai bomodi anche mu ade asem ne esi Lebanon
the writer we arahosam ne say Ghana soldier fo a omako peacekeeping e wo UN dim e wo Lebanon na missiles akwakoto omo camp a eja to ai ho nyina hye
na wo na missiles
the writer according to various reports no Israel eneja omko attack Hezbollah fo a omo wo Lebanon na missiles na fom kwan a akwakoto Ghana ye soldier fo ne camp a ye say soldier fo ne mienu o se miensa bebi a omo da no ano aye dene
na se Iran for two measures no ko come I eko Israel ana Israel ne US for so de fasro
ko Iran
ana de bia kwakoto Lebanon
mo
Ghana baby Ghana soldier for
baby o ma ball mo sese o mo camp a UN for adiamo mo ma build o mo team no right akwakoto ho asese
me o video no me ka se Ghana kra na de na ba beto
right winim na man for kra ka se adai o mo be attack ya na but we according to report no ni utete mu a enye se o ma hyeda se o mo be attack Ghana but den tia na man for we se o mo be attack enchei na Israel ambassador Ghana ka kire Ghana for so yen support Israel enti okasa na Ghana for sha say do mo ba hye no enti e ba say man fa dwom so o ma hyeda but according to report no enya ni da ho but empire ne bebo say o mo beto mo but adesere ba kope irata enei Middle East ho na ho nyo ne Ghana man panin kasa but Ghana soldier for o ma ko peacekeeping e wo UN no UN ye hu mfa so papa bi Ghana ye nya wo UN so irata da bi I keep on saying UN anyone be my say bisik e kra be tafre but aside that you risk ye no crow for life mo kobre ade chi bia peacekeeping ye hu say ye ya habibia simobi ba peacekeeping hada because ye te ho ase the better yesre aban no redro soldier for no no momra fi enkwa the AC or Middle East, you know, to us my soldier phone, a very sad situation. Yeah.
Commander, young fancy, but yes, sir, but see,
okay.
I carry for.